Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines 2. Still whack-a-moling some of these smokestacks over here, and we still have a pretty healthy demand for all things industrial. So we may as well expand our industrial a little bit. They don't really seem to like, you know what? What we might do is actually bring in, instead of more industrial, let's bring in a little bit more of the kind of like office space over here. And the question I do wonder is whether let's keep it all on the same road. So I'm gonna put that in there, but I've already done that. Let's do it. Let's mix it up. Let's do that. Let's do that. We get some more of that going on. I'm pretty comfortable to do a bit of this and some of that. And we may do a little bit more in here, like so, and then we'll do a little bit more industrial uses here, just the 2x2s to keep filling that area in a little bit more, and we'll keep a little bit of an open space next to it there. So that's just kind of filling up this area a little bit more. We'll have to maybe have a look at rationalizing the pathways a little bit so it makes a little bit more sense. Clean it up a little bit like we've done over here. Put in some nicer areas there. Now the question I do have is, if I were to remove that, yeah, that's okay. The rest we can kind of leave. That's okay. That kind of makes sense, some of these paths. Let's kind of finish off and make these paths a little bit better. I do it without the snapping so that we can kind of squeeze them in. There's nothing going to work in that area there. I'll do that. So we snap to that area there. We've got that path there, which I'm not a big fan of. You know what? I'm going to get rid of that. And we might put a little bit of a commercial one just on the edge here. So we'll go with a European style, smallish commercial building right over there. That's going to be all good. We'll need to tie in this pathway kind of over there. That's fine. I'm happy with that. I don't think we need to get too crazy with some of these things. Let's trim that out. It's because it's doing... Yeah, just trying to kind of squeeze it in there. That's okay. We're not going to worry too much about that. This ended up getting a couple of smokestacks in here, which, again, I will whack once or twice and see if we can get something a little bit better going on. But generally looking pretty good. Our healthcare coverage and the likes is probably trying to get a little bit better. Generally, this area is not looking too bad. I'm still not a big fan of this. What I am interested in, and to be honest, at this point in time, I'm actually let's expand this road network so that we can start doing a little bit more with regards to our... I'll expand that one, tie it in over there. So we'll see about doing a little bit more with regards to getting something like mail. I might move that one out a little bit more, get a little bit bigger area going on there, and redo some of this. Actually, even get rid of some of this stuff. What is this? This is the road maintenance depot. Yes. Okay. So I think beyond, I'm gonna get rid of some of these. So yeah, we'll redo some of this. So this Birdsong Meadows here, I'm actually going to expand it a lot bigger, this area, and we do need a better name for it, to be honest. And what I'm also going to do is let's see what we've got here. So if we do... Do something like that. Pretty reasonable little road connection there. And something like that's pretty good. I'm not sure if we're gonna. Well, let's keep it for now. Yeah, with a little bit of interest in that area. So we've got a few of these connectivity points here. I'm not sure we're going to have all of them all connected, but that's okay. So this kind of improves the area that we might be using for some other facility. So one of those things is mail. And I'm pretty comfortable to get rid of some of these things. So what I'm going to do is let's clear that one out. I'm going to go ahead and expand our area here, our stone area. So I'm gonna use that, and what we'll do is we'll get the brush size to if we do something like that, I think that's pretty good. It's going to look pretty interesting if we do that. So let's see if we can't just expand that area a little bit. Oh my, I need to, yes, there we go. There we go. Okay, so if we do that, there we go. Yes, I think I'm gonna like this. Trying to get it, get a bit more interest. Yeah, that's good. That is really good. There we go. That's looking pretty cool. Bring that back in there a bit. So there we go. So actually, I like the quarry a little bit better now. It's looking pretty good here. And what I'm kind of wondering is whether we do anything else with regards to maybe, yeah, so we just expanded our quarry there a little bit. So hopefully, so what does that do? Does that require more people? Doesn't seem to look the part. At the moment, doesn't do anything. So what I thought we could do, this street, wondering about keeping it. I'm kind of looking at the mail sorting facility and the likes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and get a few more kind of office things in here. Try and drop some of these areas. So let's do that. I'm going to trim a lot of this out. No. Stop doing that. Even these. Just get rid of all of those. Get rid of it. There we go. And we'll see if we can squeeze something else in here. The one thing that I was wondering about was maybe getting a garbage facility in place. So if we were to have a look at garbage, where do we find garbage? Oh, over here. Here we go. So a landfill site could be something reasonable for us to do. Let's switch on our snapping. But again, what we could do is we could do it in here somewhere. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let's get a landfill site going, and we'll get back to that in a minute. So what I'd like to do is get a bit of a laneway. Because we no, let's do Let's not do that. That's going to look weird. So let's do, shall we do it like this? Yeah, I like that idea. So now we've got that tied in over there, and we'll do the landfill site, and I'll do it kind of in this area here. But what we'll need to do is we'll need to take our terrain tool and tie it into this area a little bit more. So the other side of the quarry basically is where we're going to squeeze in that landfill without it necessarily becoming a major big issue here. So that's kind of the area that I'm thinking of for the landfill. Something like that. Okay, so now if we hit this and we say, give me my, and what do we have here? Waste recycling unit. Let's put that in straight away. Hazardous waste collection. What does this do? Allowing garbage to be processed at a higher speed, and garbage truck depot for more trucks. Basically, that's okay. For the time being, start emptying. No, let's have a look at this area here.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like
so we're doing a little bit of this, trying to make the landfill look fairly natural around the edges of this kind of ridge here. Plus keeping some buffer in terms of a tree buffer in place in a few different locations, so that it's so that it doesn't kind of mess up the landscaping too much. If we were to do that, how's that for a landfill? I kind of like this little row of trees that I managed to maintain in that area. And now we could actually do a little bit of a road that runs up here. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad, actually. So now we're processing our own garbage, basically. And it actually looks pretty reasonable in that location. The other thing that I was thinking about is just actually getting our mail sorting facility in place. Progression node, poster sorting. What? Progression. Oh, we need a mail sorting facility. Okay, so let's go back into our pieces here. So we would like communications, a post sorting facility. We'll get one. We've got some progression milestones, so we'll grab that one there. Get the mail sorting. Whoa, it is absolutely crazy in terms of size. I think we'll be able to get it to work in this area if we do a little bit of work here with regards to if we do that. The idea is we'll try in like so. If we do that, that kind of runs up there. And then we can kind of see about maybe putting a road in there if we wanted to. Going to trim that back. That's okay. I don't mind that setback of the landfill area there. Now, this should be sizable enough for us to get the mail sorting facility in place. Yes, definitely. If we don't snap it, where's my road connection needing to be? Oh, it's over here. Okay, so let's turn it in. Yeah, we'll need to, I'm going to line it up to this piece of road here. I'm not snapping it at all. Snap to this side of a road. Let's snap to this side of a road. Actually, I want to snap it to this road without actually... Yeah, but I don't want that. So let's unsnap it for the time being. The road connection needs to be up there. What I want to do is I want to turn it so that the edge of the road is kind of... Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I think just about something like this, really. Let's do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That is okay there. So what are we after here? We need a bit of a laneway. Again, I'll do the laneway. We're going to snap the lane up to there. That's okay. And then what we'll do is we'll put this guy straight in there. So that's basically our area. And what I'll do, I'm actually going to put a little roundabout in there just because it's like trucks. Let's make it a little bigger. So that roundabout in there to get into these areas. Yeah, it's just going to leave room for a little bit of landscaping around the edges. And then I'm kind of wondering, can this tie in on anywhere else? Let's quickly see. So an upgrade mail storage expansion. So we can certainly do an expansion there. Extra loading ramps can we do in there? And what is this? Automated sorting. So yes, we have room to potentially expand this facility, and that area is actually pretty good. I like the size of that facility. Kind of looking nice on the edge there. And we'll see how that works. Now, what I did want to have a look at is if I were to say, do this, right? Well, actually, if I did that, would that tie in? I think almost these guys would be able to run through there, but let's not do that for the time being. And what I did want to do is I actually wanted to put a little bit more trees in this area here. So what kind of trees do we have? We have oak trees, and all of them are oak, really, oak and birch and stuff. So let's get a few more trees going on. Keep getting the wrong button. So we would like some birch trees, please. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we would like a few oak trees, and we'll just do a scattering of oak trees in the area. So I just want to make sure that this facility is actually then nicely kind of covered by some large trees. Doesn't have to be like covered by it, but just want to make sure there's a little bit of stuff in there, so it's kind of looking okay. There we go. We're going to have a fair bit of this. So this facility would look pretty awesome. Now, we do need to get the rest of this going on. So a post office handles local incoming and outgoing mail. Post vans and trucks pick up mail from mailboxes around the city. Citizens can also drop off their mail directly at the office. Can be upgraded with extra garage and storage. And then this guy processes stores both local and intercity. Okay, so what we'll want to do is we want a post office as well. I'm just thinking the post office, we could actually do a post office maybe somewhere over here, and let's just snap it. Let's get ourselves a post office in this area. And if we wanted to tie in, we could still tie in over there. Give people some access. And then what we're wanting to do is get a few areas. So this area is being grabbed. So let's get a mailbox over there. Maybe get a mailbox over in this area. So mail is being collected here. Get something maybe on the road there. Something as part of this school drop off, maybe. That'll be good. Maybe a little something over there. Maybe a little something in this area. and maybe a little something over here as well. I hope. Yeah, that's fine at the college there. That's pretty good. That is pretty good actually. So that's awesome. So now that's starting to happen. We are seeing actually the commercial demands is dropping down a little bit, but at least now we've got that post sorting facility. Those are containers. Well, got that access point over here with a few of our various industrial uses in this area. And I kind of wonder about how we might use the rest of this. And I'm kind of thinking back to the office area. So if we further expand this area to have a little bit more in the line of offices going on here, I actually wouldn't mind getting a little bit of uses on this road. So if I were to remove some of these, I'm hoping we're not going to lose anything. That would seem to be okay. Now, can I, if I wanted to generate a few office little roads, so let's go with some of this really. Let's go with pretty damn straight at the moment here. I want to do 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees. And 90 degrees, and it's still not quite perfect, yeah. Okay, so that kind of does a little bit of it, and we can do a little bit of an office. Kind of tempted to do a bit of an office park kind of environment in there. So if let's just quickly do, and I'm going to do it on this side as well. Let's have a look. Let's see about our zoning. So yes, let's do a little bit of this. I don't want it on that road actually. Let's get our little pathways in here to help protect us here. I'm going to trim that one back there, and we're just going to see how that looks. Okay, so now with that in mind, now what we'll do is we'll start filling it up a little bit. But the idea is that we try and retain a lot of our kind of areas in here, and we'll do slightly different sizes. Something like that. A little bit of stretches there, and we can also then start maybe doing on this side. Let's give a little gap there, give a little gap there, even do something like that. So if we do that, that's going to be a slight bit of a kind of a rural, well, not rural, but a bit of a office park within this kind of wooded area here, which I don't mind too much. We could do a very similar thing on this side. We've already got some offices in here now, so I do like the idea of this kind of office park setup. And we could just extend it out this way as well. So what I'm keen on doing is maybe doing a few on this main road here. If we do something like that, and then we do a little something on the other side as well.
We're live, and we're going to report
Just a little bit, yeah, just a little bit like that. Kind of giving us a little bit of an office park kind of feel on this road. Obviously, if we go and expand this area, it might become a bit of an issue. Expand the road, it might become a bit of an issue, but I think that's going to work pretty nicely. We might do one more over here.
Drive safe.
Industry in the region is
Or something like that, really.
and when business
Maybe even something in there.
that floats our boats.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We don't have any kind of road access there. Yeah, given that that's a bit of a hill up there, it kind of makes sense for us to just do that. So there's a bit of a lower density office environment here, next to this pretty busy area here. What I kind of wondered is about a little pathway. So if we were to run... Yeah, it's actually going to do that, really. And what we can do is we can tie it in over there. Well, actually, we can tie it in over there as well. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we can put a few trees in there. That's not too unreasonable, I think. So that's a bit of a lower density office park environment there. We're getting some higher density residential demands to come back in. And I'm kind of thinking maybe a little bit more of the European themed stuff in here at a smaller size, really. So if we do maybe a few 2x2s like this, going to have just some smaller stuff stepping down a little bit in this park area here could work out for us. Yeah, and actually I'm thinking this thing will move this guy over to this side over there. And actually, if we try and move it again and we say non-snappy, that's a little awkward. Hopefully people can get there pretty easily. So that'll fill in a little bit more. This is all working. We've got a mail facility over here. People are working here, collecting posts. All happiness is going, and we're making pretty reasonable money, and our population is growing pretty steadily. Okay, one of the other things that I was thinking of over here is if I have a bit of a look, I want to see if I put the campfire site in place. Okay, so if I go I just want to see. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to do a little something like this and get... So with that guy in there, I'm thinking what we'll do is I'll grab a little road like this. We'll snap it to the edge there. Okay, so that's got a road now. I'll meander it back. So something like that was a pretty reasonable meander, I think. We'll do it there, and maybe I'll meander it all the way over there too. So, no, that's not what I want. I'm after this guy. Now that's lost its shape. That's an interesting one. Now all of these have lost their shape. I do find it so frustrating that happens. It's just so unreasonable that that's the constant situation of what's happening here. Just do that. There we go. So now we've got some access over here for the campfire site, which hopefully everybody's gonna come and use. Excellent. So that's pretty good. It's at the edge of the woods here, which I like. I like this area. This looks really. It's kind of quite interesting how this looks and feels and works. People are kind of parking wherever. Kind of wondering about, some walkways. Oh, that's a weird little storage area that's completely empty. But we've got some access here. So what I'm kind of wondering is let's get some more access going. And I'm thinking about a bit of a pedestrian bridge here. If we do that, that gives us a little bit more go on. That's a really interesting one. Can we try and tidy that up a little bit? Oh, it's actually removing it completely. Well, let's just doesn't want to go through there. That's okay. We'll get rid of that section and we'll tie that one up there. I want to tie this in through the bottom there, but I also was kind of thinking, do we have a bit of a bridge across here? I think so. I think that's pretty good like that. So what we'll do is we'll just tie that one in there. And what we'll do with this one is we'll tie that one in on this side. Presumably that'll work. I don't quite know. It doesn't quite feel like it's going to work. People are walking around here doing their thing. If I were to... Let's get rid of that and just see about... Yeah, I don't know if that's actually working. But I think what we'll do is let's snap to the edge of the building, go pretty straight through there. Well, at least that's looking to be do the part now. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of get that to work again. That's kind of something that might actually have connectivity through there. Can we go through the bottom here? Yeah, quite comfortably actually. One can quite comfortably tie in there as well. Get people to use their bridges to get to this area. That's pretty good. At the same time, tie that one in there, and we've got some nice paths into our industrial area if someone wanted to walk to work. Since we don't have bikes in this game, but walking to work might be an option. We can definitely do maybe a little bit more of this. Let's do that. See, get a nice little office in there. Whether we keep this or switch it off or what have you, but all of this is kind of looking pretty good. I'm still not doing much on this road here, but I think that's probably about okay. We can just move some more kind of trees in here and get the trees to grow. I did wonder. Yeah, this street here. Okay, what we'll do is I want to move this guy. Right there. I want to put it in there, and then in order to gain access to it, I'll grab one of these roads. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. Oh, excellent. Milestone 10, a small city has been unlocked. Let's have a quick look at the progression panel. Wow, 10 more development points, 15 more expansion permits, and some more money. Now we've got high density offices, high speed highways, excellent combustion engine bans, and city promotion going on. And what I'm going to do straight away is I'm going to go into High Gardens and run city promotion if we can. Can we not? So where would we run city promotion then? Can't run it there. Where would we run it? Wow, we're making lots of money now. So where would we get city promotion? No loans, none of that. So if we go back into this progression, city promotion, advertise, increase cities attractiveness, which brings more tourists. This unfortunately also increases crime rate around tourist attractions. So where would we find it? If we can't do that, is it at in the budget panel? It's not. I've kind of had a look at that. Transportation overview. I've never actually used this. So buses usage pretty low. Actually, High Gardens Loop is pretty good. Monthly budgets, underground. So I don't know where we get city promotion. But either way, it's looking pretty reasonable, I think. And this area, I think, is doing reasonably well. High Gardens. Lots of people living there. It's got some slowing down and got a bit of a ban on the heavy traffic, which is good. But yeah, our freeway connection into the city. Ultimately, I could expand this into a freeway. There's enough room in there to make that work. The heavy vehicles come in this way. Yeah, and we could do a bit of a interchange here if things really get busy. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to leave this episode there. This has been enough for this episode. I do want to start working in this area a little bit more. What's this looking like? Yeah, people here aren't very happy. Understandably so. There's not much going on. I've rethought this thing, actually, and I think I'm going to get rid of the roundabout there. Actually, how do I get rid of the roundabout? Can I? There we go. You just demolish it, really. And in doing so, we've got a roundabout at the end there, and then the rest of this is kind of working here. I might. No, that's probably okay as is. Yeah, that's okay. I'm happy kind of with this setup here for the time being. Anyway, we need to fill that in a little bit more. Okay, guys, that's going to be it. Spent a little bit more time cleaning up this area, getting some more facilities going, and putting a few more bridges in there, getting a bit more places for people to work and so on. And public transport makes this area fairly accessible. Ooh, what is this? Snafu insurance. Interesting. I like the idea of the mixed kind of office space and the like. And all of these guys have now decided to grow themselves some. It's because they're expanding now. They're growing themselves into these these smokestacks. So hopefully they'll grow themselves out of it again. I might keep a little eye on that and see that that is in fact the case. But yeah, I want to make sure that we don't get too smoky in this area. But I like this area. Let me know what you think of our new and improved kind of industrial services area in amongst the wooded area here. I kind of like it. Okay, leave your comments down below, hit the like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.